Welcome back to another episode of DadDimes, where you're sitting with the two coolest dads that I know. I'm DJ, I'm the fat alcoholic, and that is Justin, who is the better expert than me.
You know, I've drank a lot, I've made it, I drink some more. I haven't made it in a while because, regulations. I've had some time with some bourbons, some whiskeys, everything out there. It's been a
much more refined palate than I have.
It's been a pretty good ride. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that I enjoy it.
So do I.
And that's why we're here.
Absolutely.
All right. We are rolling now. Deep in the Dad Dimes. We are episode 5. We are looking at a really cool bottle over there. What do you got?
Well, this week we got a bottle of Gunfighter 13, which is an American Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It comes from a Tennessee Orphan cask. I don't know what that means, but I do know it was distilled in Tennessee and aged, or at least bottled in Golden.
That's what it sounds like. Orphan cask means that the cask didn't have any daddies or mommies.
Ooh.
It's
Voldemort?
Sad. It's very sad. Harry Potter.
Tom Riddle.
Gunfighter 13, it is coming out of the Golden Moon Distillery.
Ooh.
They're saying it's currently unavailable, except for your favorite dads and drinking buddies out here. We have a bottle, and we're going to be tasting it tonight.
Yeah, buddy. Let's start off with this first pour here.
One of my favorites.
It's my favorite.
Let's go ahead and uncork. There it is.
It was stuck.
Yeah. Ooh, and a cheers at the end. Bringing the bottle over.
Now, this first one is always neat. You want to taste it in its purest form, I guess.
Ooh.
Double clinky.
Double clank. Yeah, this is the pure. It's neat. It's, I'd say room temperature.
Yeah, it's been in the room.
It's been in the room for quite some time. What are you looking at? What do you see?
I see a
darker than usual caramel.
Caramel color.
Yeah. Hits the glass. A little bit of leg.
Ooh.
What are you tasting? What do you smell? I smell all kinds of different notes in this one.
I don't know. It smells good. Maybe a little butterscotch?
A lot of vanilla. A lot of vanilla coming off this.
Was that mustard?
Yeah, Gunfighter 13 mustard flavor. No mustard.
No mustard.
What's it taste like? Whew. That is delicious.
That is good.
Getting some...
Not a big kick to it either.
No. You got the buttery smooth vanilla. Caramel flavor. Kind of tastes a little like burnt sugar. But not horrible. It's actually really good. We are looking at 50% alcohol by volume. 100 proof. It's a little hot, yeah. Not horrible. The specific one is batch 62 out of 154.
Ooh, that's a good batch.
Super rare. Gunfighter 13. According to the bottle, and this is where we're trying to have a little bit of conversation about this, at least on this show. It says San Francisco World Spirits Competition Gold Winner 2019. And it says that it is a 13-year-old bourbon.
Yep.
Delicious. Out of a distillery that was created in 2008. And if
math doesn't add up on there.
No, if I was doing 2019 minus a 13-year barreled bourbon, you carry the 1.6. So 2 years before the distillery was created, this was barreled.
Yeah.
Flip it in the back.
Ooh.
Ooh.
More information.
We're getting some info here on the back.
That's like back in the day when you were pooping and you had to read something, but we didn't have phones, so you'd grab a shampoo bottle or something.
Yeah. God. You should have like subscription to magazines just so you had something to read.
Well, people did that, but we were poor. So we had shampoo right there. We could read the shampoo.
Yeah. Probably kept you really busy.
It did.
Because at the end it says repeat.
I kept repeating, and it was, my legs were numb.
Just keep on reading. Keep on reading. On the back it says Gunfighter Tennessee Orphan Cask Premium Single Cask Tennessee Straight Bourbon Whiskey, aged a minimum of 13 years in oak, distilled in Tennessee, bottled by Golden Moon Distillery. So, this brings up a unique conversation.
You're the only 10 I see.
Ooh. And just like that, I'm blushing. Or is it the bourbon? No, so you have to be careful with a lot of these states that are branding their bourbon and the alcohols in general. You know, they'll say it's a Texas whiskey, it's a Colorado whiskey, Colorado bourbon, and they will spend lots and lots of money branding it. And they'll have pouches that have like a Colorado C on it or a Texas T. You pull up the bottle out of the bag, and it has a big old Colorado brand all around it. The Rocky Mountains, eagles coming down, being majestic, amazingness. And you're like,
troutfish popping up out of water.
I can't wait to drink this homestead alcohol.
Yeah.
And then you read the back of it, and it says, "Yeah, bottled here, made somewhere else." So I mean, it's not false advertising by any means, and I do appreciate that this is actually really good. I'm very glad that the Golden Moon Distillery is producing this brand, but you still got to be a little bit careful on there because it says that it's Colorado. It's not. Like you did the last thing.
You just got to read the fine print, you know.
And that's where I've gotten wrong for years. Read the fine print.
That's the problem with phones. Like I said, that we go back to the shampoo bottles. You were reading the fine print, you know.
Fun story. A little bit of story time. A little bit of my back history is, knowing some things of like Homeland Security, intelligence, law enforcement, stuff like that. And I found years ago that there is specific writing in fine print in your cell phone contract that says any data that you transmit over any one of their lines, they own.
Oh.
So every text message, photograph, phone call, any data that is transmitted over their satellite system does not belong to you.
Wow.
Yeah, fine print.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies and a couple cousins that send a lot of wiener pics, so they better watch out.
Well, just so you know, you heard it here on
You're out there.
DadDimes. The fine print matters. All right, back to Gunfighter. So what are your thoughts? First few sips?
Well, when I take a sip of this, immediately what comes to mind is El Paso by Marty Robbins. Because I feel like down in the West Texas town of El Paso.
Ooh.
No, I took a drink. I didn't really feel any burn to it. No? It's got good flavors, neat.
Not bad for 100 proof.
No, not at all. I didn't know what to expect when we first looked at it. But I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
High recommendation?
Mm-hmm.
The price point has went up. Initially when this bottle was procured, and going into knowing we're going to be doing DadDimes, doing these On the Rocks, the Whiskey Wednesdays, it was probably $40, $50 bottle of whiskey. If you can find it, it's probably right around that 3-digit now, right around $100. But so far, feels like it's worth it.
Yeah. Currently unavailable.
If you can find it.
Yeah. Maybe they're just waiting on the aging process to break more or break out some more.
They could be doing it in-house now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it was 2008, 13 years, right? We should be plentiful. It should be everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
By now. So
maybe they're getting rid of this so they didn't start in-house until, 2013-ish.
Possibly.
That's all speculation. We're just guessing.
So we're going to we're going to tag Golden Moon Distillery on this, and if they have the answer to our question of why can't we find this? Why is it currently unavailable? We'll provide that in the next episode.
Yeah.
We'll give them an update.
Because I think this is something you want to have available. Because it's pretty good.
It's delicious.
Yeah. At a 3-digit price point, I don't know.
I mean, you could bring it down a little bit for the population because they want to enjoy your craft.
Yeah. $40 to $60 all day.
All day, every day.
All day.
Send me a case. By the way, this is not promoted or sponsored by any distilleries or liquor stores, but if you'd like to do so, DadDimes, you know where to find us.
Yep.
On all of these socials. DJ, what are our socials?
We got DadDimes.com. We got Instagram, Facebook, X, TikToks, which we are actually, I say we, but...
TikTok-potamus is happening.
Justin is...
Ooh.
He's a couple TikToks away from dancing, I'm sure. That'll be on there soon.
I'm guessing there's going to be some DJ DadDimes dancing.
I'm going to need a little bit more bourbon.
And we're going to be hitting the second round here shortly.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, you can follow us on all those sites. Once again, that's Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, DadDimes.com. You can go on there and find some cool stuff out about us.
A little bit more in-depth, blog information about what we're reviewing. It kind of goes into detail on each bottle and why we're still doing all this fun stuff, mainly because we enjoy it. And hey, if you're going to drink with anyone, might as well be drinking with your buddies.
Two coolest dads I know. That's for sure.
That's what I've been told.
Yep.
See it every day.
Absolutely.
Brings us to another topic. Something happened over the last week that has probably happened to most dads out there.
Yeah.
You put the kids in the car because you have a place to go, and you're like, you know what? I got to do my dad duties for the day, taking care of the old kiddos.
Hey, can you take the kids' friends home?
Ooh, go from A to B. You know what? I'm going to step up because it's dad time.
Yep.
And then you hear the blub, blub, blub of the car as it runs out of gas.
Well, fortunately in a hybrid, you don't hear anything. You just can accelerate and everything appears to be on. And you just can't go anywhere. So I had to pull over to the side of the road last week. Which if you follow us on our media, you would have seen the TikTok of me filling the gas tank up, which was kind of felt weird, to be honest with you, because a Tesla came and dropped gas off to me. Ironic.
I'm going to throw this out there. The Tesla's in therapy. It's the first time it had gas in it.
Oh.
Ooh. Awkward.
Yeah. It was protected, though.
Yeah, that's protected now. So, this kind of comes to a poll, and we're going to post, obviously. This goes on all the socials. This goes on Facebook and TikTok or X.
Yep.
And we really need the answer here. So please put it in the comments. Whose responsibility is it to fill up the gas tank when you see the little light blinking saying, I'm out of gas?
And when it's flashing low fuel. Okay. Now, is it the husband's responsibility all the time? Hey, you're the gas guy, go get gas. Or is it the person that last drove the vehicle that probably drove by a few gas stations on the way home?
At least 5 that I know of.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. For all those out there in the podcast world, please answer this question for us. We need an answer.
Yeah.
Going back to Gunfighter, how are you doing over there?
It's gone. I drank it.
Now you know what that means.
Ice, baby.
We are going on the rocks.
DadDimes on the rocks.
Yeah, it changes the profile. It changes the flavor. And whoa, that one's gone.
Left that one for Chandler. I know he likes ice.
Yeah, he loves ice. And for those that are listening, we are going to be video broadcasting soon. Just have to figure out exactly how to do that. I mean, every week we're getting better. So very shortly you'll be able to see all of our shenanigans live.
Well, we do have the DadDime studio. We're in our first studio, but the other one's under construction.
Yeah, the actual the battlefield is going to be great. I'm looking forward to that studio. It's going to be beautiful. Still working on the old Birdie Bert. Sent him a couple notes over the week via the socials, doing some tags saying, hey, man, we know you're coming to town, and since you're going to be in town and you love being a dad, you might as well come join us for a show on DadDimes. So the invite's out there. Come on, Bert.
Come on, Bert.
make this happen.
You know, I relate to Bert a lot, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Bert, for a fat guy, he's actually pretty athletic.
Yeah?
Which I find myself to be fat and athletic. I mean, just because we got bellies, that just shows we're full of love, you know?
There's nothing but love to give.
But we're still pretty athletic guys. So
you did the dinner spread New Year's Eve.
I did.
And in that, I'm going to go back to the socials. We got the videos out there. Some tomahawks.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious. Some pork.
It was candied pork belly.
Candied pork belly.
Yeah.
And then all the extras. And there's one thing that I did not get the opportunity to tell you. That,
prime rib?
It was just as good, right?
Oh, okay.
Almost. Oh, that's going to be a story for another episode. But yeah, I mean, you know, basically the same thing. So
basically the same.
No, I was going to say, you know, there was one ingredient that I tasted in every absolute thing that you made that night, DadDime style, and that was love.
That was love.
Delicious.
Loving you.
Whoa. Nothing but love on DadDime. See? Drinking with your buddies. Gunfighter 13, adding a little bit of ice to it, swirling around, cooling it down. We're changing the profile here. What are you tasting? So last week, we had some
Colonel.
Some Colonel Taylor, yeah. And you said adding anything to it ruined it. That it was not as good when you added ice. You didn't want to dilute it at all.
Yeah, I think ruined it was the wrong wording. It just wasn't... It kind of killed the flavor.
It wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Moving forward to Gunfighter 13, what are your thoughts?
See, so with Gunfighter, it doesn't have a real big kick to begin with. So it does calm down the... I don't even think it had a kick at all. Neat. So usually adding ice and stuff kind of calms that kick down.
Mellows it.
Mellows it.
Yeah, that's the term.
All right. It mellows. But there's nothing... For me, there's nothing to mellow. But I still kind of... I think it doesn't change the flavor profile too much.
It's not bad at all. And again, price point, you know, do you really want to dilute it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Do you want to use this as a mixer? I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't say, you know, add a little bit of Coca-Cola to it and, you know, it's going to be a nice whiskey Coke.
Yeah. I don't think it's a good old-fashioned either.
No.
Possibly a mint julep. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And I usually do not use a lot of high-end alcohols for the old-fashioned, but the Sinatra old-fashioned,
pretty good.
It's worth every dime. Learned that one in Vegas.
Is there anything Vegas can't do?
Funny you say that. I'm pretty sure they're not really good at car races.
Is that a Henry Ruggs reference?
I'm pretty sure the Formula One team will tell you the same.
I was thinking of the Raider wide receiver that committed murder.
Yeah, that's awkward. But since we are going to delve into the whole NFL scheme, it's a good transition into that. You know, we are a Denver-based platform here. However, I still want to thank our friends in Belgium, still listening, strong, amazing. We're hoping to reach out to the Italians at some point because
Italians.
Let's make this happen. Come on, Italy, start listening.
German. Well, I guess Belgium.
Belgium, yeah.
We need some Ireland folk, huh?
Oh,
they like to drink.
Yeah, probably once we start getting into the Irish whiskeys, they'll hop in.
Okay.
We have friends in Massachusetts, Franklin. Thank you so much for still listening. You guys are killing it out there in Massachusetts, Kansas, Wichita. You know, we were talking about Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. The best thing that's coming out of Kansas City, Missouri right now is our listeners. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Texas, we have Dallas. They're coming in strong these days. Love the Cowboys. For some reason, they're rocking it out. Team Jerry Jones out there is making it happen. It's about time. Thank you.
Well, we'll see if they can pull it off. Dallas is known for a little bit of choking when it comes to the big games.
You know, you say that. How long has it been since they've seen the big game?
1995.
See? That's what I'm saying. I'm proud of where they're at today.
But the problem with Dallas is they make it to the playoffs and then they choke in the playoffs.
Hey, at least they made the show. Unlike coming to Colorado, thank you Thornton, Arvada, Denver, Golden, Aurora, Lakewood, Wheat Ridge, Colorado Springs, Parker, Grand Junction, and Commerce City. However, one of the things I do see in here is the Denver listeners. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Tough season.
Oof.
I will have you know that we have been to the same amount of Super Bowls as the Dallas Cowboys, and that's 8, tied for second.
Ooh.
This year wasn't our year, you know. Russ came in, and he was supposed to be the savior, and everybody was so excited last year when Russ came in with Nathaniel Hackett.
Not everyone.
I think if we go back to listening to when Russ got signed, everybody was, oh, Russ is our savior, blah, blah, blah. Everything was so great about Russ until probably the third game of the season. And that's when everybody started shitting on Russ.
Ooh.
Not remembering that they were kind of giving him the old rubbing tug when he got signed.
To bring him in, okay.
Exactly. And kind of the same thing happened this year. Oh, well, we got Sean Payton. Sean Payton's this great offensive guy, and he's going to do so many things with the Denver Broncos, and everybody's really excited for Sean Payton. We gave up draft picks for him, and we brought this genius in, and Sean Payton's offense was absolutely terrible. Russell Wilson's performance, although better than last year, was still mediocre at best.
I will tell you, he was looking a lot better coming into the season. He put in some work. He leaned out a little bit, man. I don't know if he took some ballet, but he was doing great. And I'm not saying that it's Russell Wilson's fault. And I really want to put that out there that, I wasn't team Russell Wilson, not because of his performance. He's performed very well. I still hope he hits Hall of Fame. He really deserves that. However, I will say that the amount of money that we paid for him and what we lost for him created such a huge hype that when we failed, and it was a huge failure, at least last season, this season we're kind of coming back-ish. Not enough to make playoffs. But it really kind of, you overamped something that we really shouldn't have done. Yeah,
but so signing him prematurely, I didn't think they should have done.
Correct.
However, when we traded everything for him, most people were on board with it.
Yeah.
99% of the people were like, fuck yeah, we got Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He's supposed to do this and that. I included. I mean, I talk to you all the time. Oh, it's not Russ. It's so offensive lineman. Russ needs time, which is still true. Although our offensive line was rated 7th this year.
Which, by the way, if Russell Wilson is listening, please tag us because I want to throw this out there. DJ DadDime himself will be your best PR agent on the planet. He is completely behind you.
I was. Now you're gone. So fuck off.
I don't know. I think he'll still be behind you. It just depends on how much you pay him.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'll get your dry cleaning, Russ.
Here for you.
I'll take the kids out. We'll go to the park. Yeah. I got a bunch of kids they can play with.
Also, he will make sure there is gas in your car.
That's true.
Before you get in it. Yep. At any time.
Not just your car. I'll make sure I go pick up Sierra's car and take her car to get gas, too.
Oh, you know why? Dads. That's what they do.
That's what we do. Absolutely.
Yeah, found that out this week.
Yeah, the hard way. I'm glad we just got done working on our projects that we had going on. And I knew you weren't busy, so I called you.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I had nothing else to do. And we'll go back to this here in a second. Gunfighter 13. We're going to finish off with some notes here. Now that things have opened up a little bit, tell me what the taste is. Anything different?
Well, that was a small sip because I already drank most of it.
Do you need more?
Sure.
Yeah, see?
Tell us what you taste, Justin.
It really kicks out the oak. And this is pulling out a lot more of the oak flavor now that we've got a little bit of water to it. A little bit of dilution. dilution is a solution to pollution. Always add more water.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting out of it. It has the sweet tastes have kind of calmed down a little bit, but I'm really tasting the oak. Still good. I like it.
It is.
So let's talk about calling your buddy, right? 2 types of buddies you call.
Yep.
What are the buddies that you call, we'll say 5 p.m. and before?
Good buddies.
They're good buddies. They're good people, right?
Yeah.
They're willing to do anything for you up until about 5 o'clock.
Work buddies? That's what we call them, the
There
work
you go.
buddies. Yeah.
Yeah, right? They're there, and then you leave work, and then, you try to text them, call them, they may or may not answer. It's pretty short, more than likely.
Yeah.
They might
Straight
respond.
to the point.
Yeah. Not as much fun. Then there's the 2 a.m. buddies. What do?
They ask you if they need to bring a shovel. They don't ask questions. They just, hey, you need me? I'm there. Where am I going?
Yeah. As they're putting their pants on, they're grabbing the shovel, probably a pair of gloves, that are 2 sizes too small. Because if the gloves don't fit,
you must quit.
That's what I've heard.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks. So, I mean, a lot of those things, when you're calling your buddies, you have to make sure, and you might even want to mark them in your directory on your phone. Is this a 5 p.m. buddy or a 2 a.m. buddy? And then you mark those accordingly into your favorites.
That's true. I mean,
I don't want to have to search for you.
I got several buddies that are meaning 3 or 4 that I could call any time of night.
Yeah.
More than likely they're going to answer.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, Yeah. The work buddies are just that, work buddies.
You got to work.
Yeah. It's
they're reliable. Before 5 p.m., they're super reliable.
Yeah.
And then after 5,
I say work buddies because it's usually the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's talking to them. Yeah. Although I do actually have a couple work buddies that are fantastic. And
at 2 a.m., they'll grab the shovel.
Exactly.
I like it.
So.
I like it. All right. So we're going to say 1 out of 5 neat. What are your thoughts? Gunfighter 13, bottled, and I'm assuming it's now distilled, but at least bottled out of Golden Moon Distillery.
Neat. I'm gonna probably give it a. I liked it. It was good, but I'd say neat. I'll probably give it a 3. A 3.3.
Okay.
3.3 neat.
I will tell you that the flavor out of 13 years of age, what they put into this, it's gonna probably, for me, 3.8. Is what I'm tasting out of it. I mean, again, the price point's there for what it's worth for its value. Neat 3.8. Yeah. That's where I'd put it for the taste.
Yeah.
Adding some ice. We're gonna we gotta cool this thing down. Add a little bit of water. We're gonna open up those. We're gonna open up the profile a little bit. Gonna get the mellow taste because we're bringing it from 100 proof down as we're adding more water to it. We're diluting it. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to leave it probably at a 3.3. I don't think it enhanced it in any ways.
Yeah.
It's good at, a $40 to $60 price range. I'd probably buy it again. At a $100 price range, I probably wouldn't get it.
Really?
Yeah. So
I would absolutely buy it again. I will tell you though that diluting it takes away its value. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to chill it on the soapstone rocks. That's not going to it's not going to dilute it at all. You're not going to add water to it, or they have the metal cubes that you can freeze, stuff like that. If you really want to have a cold bourbon,
or nowadays they got fridges, so you could just throw it in the fridge.
Put the bottle in the freezer. It's not going to freeze. I mean, alcohol proof is a way above freezing. So there's other options of doing that. Don't throw it on the rocks. Traditional. It takes away from the profile, and honestly, you're diluting expensive, relatively, for our DadDimes folks out there, bottle of whiskey. It's not worth it. But.
Yeah. What's your rocks rating?
So I said 3.8 for neat. 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah. Bring it down a little bit.
Yeah, I get, and you know what? Yeah, neat it is. Because this one I have is mostly neat.
Yeah. That's a different profile.
I'm going to change my neat rating.
Okay.
Probably a 3.5, 3.3 on the rocks.
All right.
Yeah.
You like that bandwagon, don't you?
I do.
No, it's good. It is really good.
Well, I took another pour and tried it neat again. And I was like, you know what?
The more you drink, the better it gets.
That's true.
With any whiskey, is what I found. I mean, I no longer could taste anything, so it really doesn't matter. I'm still doing the job. At the proof rating, it's taking care of business.
Yep. And that's the tip of the day, is if you're going to drink whiskey, start off expensive and work your way down to the cheap stuff, because by the time you get to the cheap stuff, it tastes just as good.
That is a dad dime of the week. Yeah. Start big when you can taste it, and then by the end, you don't even care anymore. So use what you have left. Let's go down to $20 bottles, because, man, I don't want to waste the good stuff anymore.
Go to that Canadian stuff, huh?
Ooh. I actually like some Canadian whiskeys, and we'll get into that as we move on. I mean, we're on 5. We have, 10,000 bottles to get through by the end of the show. Yeah. I mean, that'll put us at
27 years.
30. A little under 30 years. Yeah, 20. You're right on top of it. Look at you, math. All of a sudden, you start playing darts, and you know your math.
Hey, you know what? Actually, started darts when I bought the dartboard, last year?
Yeah.
And
you're moving on up.
Darts is actually really fun.
Yeah.
You got to figure out the rules, and kind of weird, but...
What's the best time to play darts?
When you're drunk with your friends.
When you are drinking responsibly with your buddies, listening to DadDimes, and maybe even watching a Bronco game. If it's their season.
At this point, yeah. The best time to play darts is when the Bronco game's on, because, you're not missing nothing.
You have something else to do.
It's like my brother used to always tell me about the Dan Reeves offense, right? It's run twice, throw once, and then punt. And that's what our offense is.
That's what we're feeling these days. Yeah.
However, Sean Payton's supposed to be this prolific offensive genius, and his offense absolutely sucks ass.
This season has shown that it has some room for improvement.
Get your shit together, Sean Payton. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, you were very direct, and I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick in the media. He's kind of a dick to begin with, it seems like,
Maybe we should bring him on the show.
Hey, if you want to box me, Sean?
We should bring him on the show. We should get his side of the story.
He's not going to say nothing. I can't say nothing. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, if you're not going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
No. Say hi.
That's not what we do on DadDimes.
Say what you mean.
Say what you mean.
I think he's doing a shitty Bill Belichick impersonation. Because at least when Bill Belichick was rude, he was winning.
And that is DadDimes. Let's. Do you have any final thoughts?
No. Happy New Year's to everybody. Thank you for spending these last 5 weeks with us.
Yeah.
My New Year's goals this year is to do many more bottles of reviews. 52 more this week, or this year.
At least 51, because there's 51 more weeks. However, by the way, this is a leap year. Don't forget, 29 days in February.
Oh.
I know. We might even get another episode in.
Yeah, we might do the leap year episode.
On the Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta get more golfing in.
Yeah. And we have a few more shows in between. So we have DadDimes On the Rocks. That's what we've been doing for the last 5 weeks. We have a couple things in the pipeline. You'll be seeing that coming out. And
DadDimes in the works is what we're doing.
In the works.
We do eventually want to do DadDimes Reserve, which is our Sunday podcast.
Yeah.
Where we just talk about shenanigans, really.
Yeah, what's going on in the week. A little bit more while drinking whiskey, but not so much reviewing the whiskey we're drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Gunfighter 13, Golden Moon Distillery. Go get a bottle if you can find it. Again, we're going to tag them on all of our socials. Hopefully they can answer some questions that we had during the podcast. And other than that, thank you for listening to DadDimes.
Oh, yeah.